Why hello there, fellow animal tamers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus Elysium. Episode 4, Another Little Friend Added to the Pack. Alright, talent point. I will get accuracy. So with that accuracy bonus I just picked up, I no longer have an excuse to miss. So you can laugh at me when I miss. Alright. Follow me on advice. Before I go back into that cave, I want a lot of material to be able to get out of that cave, because, I mean, now I've already built the exit, but it doesn't hurt to have more ramps when you're trying to mine. The other thing is, like, as long as it's in a cave, yes, cave worms can attack it, but, like, it won't naturally degrade on its own. So there's that advantage as well, where weather doesn't affect it because it's inside. I think at this point I'm mostly looking for rarer metals. I know I'll be back at some point for the copper and the gold, but for now I think my bottleneck for progress is going to be like, well, it will be gold, but gold and there we go. That's easier to use. And platinum for the platinum sheaths. Alright, don't sprain. Good, no spraying. So now I'm down here, under my own free will. I meant to be down here. So here's limestone, and I can get a little bit of limestone to make concrete with. In fact, let's cave dive and get like all the limestone here. Because it's like a slightly cheaper way to make, concrete. Unfortunately, I just realized my Tusker doesn't have a harness yet, so I have to carry this crap out. Which means I'm going to be encumbered, but whatever. Taking stock of what's left in here. Actually, I'll get the platinum too. The all-follow whistle only really works to like 20 meters, so the Tusker probably didn't hear me, which is fine. And I have enough inventory space for like one... Oh, Jesus, you did... Okay. Heart attack? There you go. Tough as leather maxed. I guess you did hear me. I whistled so that I could have the hypothermia protection. I just didn't think it was gonna work. Yeah, hi. It's sitting in my head. That's about all the carry weight I got. So let's get on out of here and make the text bench. So things like the concrete furnace and actually maybe not the concrete furnace, but things like the textile bench I can bring with me when I move to the desert. Why not the concrete furnace? Because I'll probably have an electric furnace by then. But the idea is to use Tuskers to pack up my base and bring basically everything with me so that I don't really leave anything behind. Oh my god. You can kill it. I guess I will. You're really not helpful, are you? He's like spectating. He's like, oh yeah, I could stomp these things to death in an instant, but, you know, I wouldn't deprive you of your fun. It's like, it's not fun for me, just stomp them to death, it's fine. Go rampaging, I'm good with it. In fact, be aggressive. And wander here. So I'm leaving him out there to be aggressive and wandering. Basically, he's just gonna kill stuff and level up. So the limestone crushes crushed limestone to make into concrete. And now I finally have a another prime meat. Stick the steel blooms through. Let's take a look. Advanced text bench. Oh, not all the iron should be made into steel. Did I already do that? Yeah, I don't have any iron left. Okay, we'll need to get more iron. It's fine. Yet another cave. Was there iron left in the cave we were just at? I'm trying to recall, but brain's not braining. I looked around. I don't think there was a lot of iron left in there. I think it's fine. Oh, Tusker's been killing stuff. And because I pet it, I'm getting some of the experience. Because there's experience share. There was a note or two at the bottom. It's the closest zone to me, so I might as well just go back there. So I've just whistled out to follow me. And we're going to head back to the cave and full clear to steel and then head to a new cave for more. Or, sorry, iron. You don't mind steel. And then head to a new cave as well. Where is he? Did you? There you are. Setting him to wander so he doesn't go flopping into the cave. Alright. Looking for iron. Yeah, there's some here. Come on, stop stamping. Ah. Stop stamping. There we go. The end key lets you, like, reset snaps. So you can build, like, two things on two different grids next to one another. Which, normally in base building you wouldn't really want to do. Because it's ugly. But for resource exploitation, it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, there was actually a lot of iron in here. So this should be easily enough iron. Oh, Tusker's killing stuff. Easily enough iron to get the text bench. And then I hope that I have enough platinum smelted to make the sheathing needed for the harness. Ugh. That was sketchy. I don't yet have a splint made, so in my inventory I have suture and basic bandage. They did change it, maybe in the Mendel update, that animals don't have status effects that last very long. So if an animal gets a deep wound, the deep wound clears after like 30 seconds. So you're not constantly having to like bandage your animals, which is like honestly a godsend, because when if you ran around with a lot of animals, they would get a lot of status effects and it would be pretty terrible because you'd burn through your supplies trying to keep them alive. But of course for the player that's not the case. And doing like the high dive jumping that I'm doing is a little sketchy when you don't have a splint kit. So there's some gold left down here and a little bit of iron. I'm out of carry weight though, so there's like 4 nodes of iron left, so there is iron down here for future mental note. Alright, I'll try to hit this Drossic and you'll see why I haven't been trying to hunt them. I hit it for 132, it has like maybe 500 health, and it's gone. You got one! Another thing that would be wise for me to do pretty soon, maybe once I have the bovine harness, is for me to try to find another juvenile Tusker, because, I don't know if one Tusker's going to be enough to pack up a base, but 2 certainly will be. 2 Tuskers with 2 bovine harnesses, and that is like an insane amount of carry weight, and slots. So, a second Tusker is probably needed. And I'm telling him to aggressively wander. I don't mind him just like... As long as he's not wounded, just keep killing things. And there we go. That should be enough steel for the spear. And enough iron for the bench. All this crushed limestone, I'll start processing with tree sap. And that's because if once I get up a tier, I'm going to need a lot of concrete for the electric furnace. So I might as well start making it now. So I can make 500 of it, or 50 limestone, concrete mix out of the limestone I just got, which is like a lot. That's amazing that that exists. I can probably switch from wood to coal in the fire soon, because I now have full charcoal for the water. That's the only reason I wasn't doing it at this point. Of course, any extra charcoal and I can turn it into steel with mixing with iron, but it's not super necessary. Alright, I want to be smelting iron first so I can make the bench. While I'm standing around for that, might as well just mine everything else out. Another thing that would be important to mine is titanium. Because titanium takes a very, very long time to smelt. And I'm going to need a bit of titanium going to, like, Fabricator tier. And leaving it here so I could have an attachment bench, like, might make sense, but, like, I'm not going that route. So, solo point. Let's grab... stamina. And then regular talent points will be the last 2 I ever put in bows, which is the last 2 points in quick load. So I need 40 steel screws. And then just more iron smelted for that. I think I do have enough for the spear now, though. Yeah, I do. And I won't have to use up the durability on my knives or sickles with a iron or steel spear. Be able to stab much better. Alright, progress is looking good. I need oxide for the oxidizer, because I'm out. Just making a mental note of that. And here is the advanced textiles bench. Sweet. Which means the old textile bench is going to be obsolete, so I'm going to pick it up, break it down. And I got cave lung again. Great. Okay. The thing I wanted to make with this is the bovine harness. So that's 8 cured leather, 4 platinum weave, and 2 rope. The rope is easy. The cured leather requires tree sap. And I might want to make 2 of them because I'm intending to have 2 Tuskers. So 16 cured leather. I'll make 20 just because why not? Round it. For the platinum weave is platinum sheaths, which is smelted platinum mixed with like fiber, wool, or spider silk, and obviously fiber is going to be the cheapest. So for that, we need to grab the platinum ingots that we've got and to turn them into sheaths. I'll do 5. Hey, Tumbling, man, it's been a while. Thank you for the raid, dude. What were you up to today? Oh, playing Going Medieval for its 1.0. Are you enjoying it? Is it a good time? I hope so. I've been meaning to check out the like patch notes for that. I just haven't gotten around to it just yet. Been a busy dude. But thank you for dropping by and bringing your raiders. Cheers. So the bovine harness requires 4 platinum weave. And we are out of fiber for the rest. I don't think I have fiber anywhere. So I just need to go get some fiber. Not a big deal. You were on a 6-month hiatus due to real life? Well, I'm glad you're starting to find yourself with some free time again. Hope you didn't get burned out. Still's got a few glitches. I mean, the game was like, I love Going Medieval, so again, don't get me wrong, but the game was never without its bugs. And some of the bugs are a bit head-scratchy. Like, how is this bug even a thing? You know? Just the way it is. You hate to raid and run? Oh, no problem at all. I totally get it. I do it to people all the time. Just because there's only so many hours in the day, right? Alright, so here's our first bovine harness. And then, I think what I want to do is get another Tusker before... And some oxite, obviously, because I'm going to suffocate at this rate. Get another Tusker before pushing for tier 4 stuff, because I want the other Tusker to start leveling up as soon as possible. Right, because the higher level it is, the more likely it is to survive. So we'll be on the lookout for other Tuskers. And you are going to be set on defensive, because I don't need you fighting everything. Oh, you did level up 4 times. So, yeah, you can see the mount cargo here. From no cargo to hella cargo with 2 heavy slots. And that's not even including the balanced pack that I just picked up. So now, lots of space to move a base. And 800 kilograms of weight, which is phenomenal. The next thing I want to grab is Cat-like Grace for fall damage reduction, and then eventually to pick up Goring Tusks. The amount of damage that the Tuskers do is not that great, so they're not really damage dealers, they're like haulers and tanks. So the current priority right now is to tame another Tusker. And of course to get a little bit of oxide so I don't suffocate. You can imagine between 2 Tuskers with like 1,600 kilograms of weight and like however many slots they end up with, I'll be able to move the base no problem when the time comes. That's probably all the oxide I need. Maybe I will... Oh, here's a... Oh, my luck. A Tusker with a juvenile right here. Now, Tusker breeding is not in yet. So, despite them having genetics, you can't actually breed Tuskers. So it doesn't matter whether this is male or female. In this case, it's male as well. The animals that you can breed, I can show you like a quick way to check that stuff, which is if you go to your tech tree, to your ranching zone, anything that has a fertility serum here can be bred. So raptors, buffalo, roosters, bulls, pigs, rams, moa, slinkers, you know, but not if it's and then also like, well, you know, but that's the subset, because in order to encourage animals to breed, you need to like give them serums. You basically do fertility treatments. So it's intentional. So you don't end up, and that's a game mechanic, so you don't end up with like 1,000 animals accidentally where you have to cull them all. So it's if anything a kindness that you have to give them serums, but they do require serums. And Tusker breeding isn't in the game yet. It will be eventually, but not yet. So we're gonna bring this juvenile back, tame that one too. Oh, you teleported. Oh, and I guess I can start feeding you already. So after we have the juvenile starting to tame, I'll be working on fabrication tier. And yes, that does mean the brutal grind for electronics. However, I already have 50 of the 80 concrete mix needed for the electric furnace because of how easy it was getting that crushed limestone. So I'll probably go to that cave again and to get more crushed get more limestone to crush up, because that was it's so much easier, in my opinion, than the other route for concrete. All right. Have a seat, pal. Just chill. All right, fixing our oxygen. And then start to do the electrics grind. So we're going to need a lot of electronics in order to unlock tier 4 fully. But the first thing I'm going to do is tame another Tusker and make a fab bench. So tech tier 4, Fabricator. Also with the Fabricator, we're going to want titanium plate. I'm going to want advanced pistol, electricity tool, batteries, wind turbine, electric furnace, materials processor, component paste, or composite paste. And that's probably, and the advanced alteration bench with the plans. And that's probably the bare minimum, I would say. Eventually getting like water pumps and stuff like that. But for now, that's like the bare minimum, and probably a foundry as well. But I don't need to rush foundries. God, I keep getting swamp lung every time I go into the dang cave. Alright, ox bottles all topped up. Perfect. So, let's start with the electronics grind. For that, we'll need copper and gold wires. And I've been getting a lot of copper and gold to help with that. And then we'll need a lot of epoxy and a lot of resin, organic resin. So I'm going to head back out and grab even more oxide for organic resin. And then we can make epoxy through wood and sulfur as well as an alternative path, which might be a little bit easier than like having to collect the bones of everything. So what I will do is I'll grab the easy bones, like other Tuskers, but I'm not going to bother trying to completely source... Oh my god, it's another youngin' too? You know what? No, you're female. I honestly, I don't want 3. 2's fine. 3 is like a little overkill, so I'm not even gonna bother. Have I played Valheim? I have. It just never made it out to YouTube. And you leveled up again. So, we're going to give you fall damage resistance next. Free is a crowd? Yes. Free is a crowd. Ooh. Soft meat. Or white meat, rather. That's another prime meat I can eat. Let's get that on the stove. Or fire. And so far, so good. No major hangups. I just want to eat one bite of this, because every prime meat that I eat is 5% experience. There is no, like, pork in the tundra. There will be when I get to the desert, though. Because bacon and bacon... other, like, things that you make with bacon are the best experience, bang for your buck. That you can easily get early on. I don't have that yet. So we're gonna go get resin and then wood. Or sorry, oxide and then wood in order to fulfill our organic resin needs. To start grinding the electronics so that we can get a fabricator. Does living in cave... Oh, frickin' Vespers. It does not guarantee cave lung. There are ways to protect you from, infection. There are attachments that you can put on your gear and backpacks that you can wear to give you full protection for it. Or alternatively, build a humidifier and... or dehumidifier, excuse me. And dehumidify the cave. Personally, I don't care. I'm not trying to negate it. So now that we killed all the Vespers here, I might as well just loot their Vesper nest. The Vesper nest has guano in it, which is a good source of biofuel. Or fertilizer, depending on what you want to do with it. For now, I don't really need fertilizer, but biofuel, sure. I killed you, it's my loot. Oh, there's another Vesper nest right here. Dang, I didn't realize there was two. Maybe that's why I got swarmed. That's a lot of guano. Where's the oxide at? There's a whole bunch. Now, I've been keeping an eye out for slinkers. They're dangerous, but they... as long as they didn't attack me at, like, a really inopportune time, where they're, like, ganking me and I'm busy or something, they wouldn't be fatal. But I would like to fight one if I can, because they're fun to fight. And it would also put them in my bestiary. But they don't tend to be around this, like, corner... oh, shoot. This corner here, which is why I haven't run into them. Hey, the severe winds is actually going to help me out, because the next part that I needed was to get wood for organic resin. Oops. And this wind will knock all the trees over. So, Bryson, the reason why I wouldn't want to ride the third Tusker is, like, they have terrible stamina. And they are bulky, so they get hung up on terrain. They have poor fall resistance. They don't have good regen. The one I have already is stout, so they like draw more threat and aggro, meaning I would be drawing more predators to me. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why it would just be ultimately kind of annoying to have them as a mount. Why am I not fighting with my spear? Like, force of habit. There's not a good reason. I should be, in other words. I'll try to remember to. And this one is half tamed. Yeah, let's go back out and cut some trees down. Falling trees are, like, low-key a kind of a real threat for your pets. Like, the player knows well enough to avoid them getting crushed when they fall, but, like, animals don't. They're dumb. So be careful bringing your animal around when you've got a windstorm. Did it just happen? Yes. As I was drinking, literally this tree fell on Pettersk. Good God. Well, case in point, Pettersk lost... I actually don't really know. What is your max health? I don't know how much health you lost, but you lost a bit of health from that. Like an eighth or something. So, sorry. Didn't mean to drop a tree on you. Oh, frickin' storkers. Have I made a ventilator? Oh, wrong weapon. There we go. Nope. Also wrong weapon. Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. There we go. Have I made a ventilator type machine? Yeah, I've got an oxygen supply. It was one of the first things I did. Now, this is a bad storm. Tier 5 and all, and I'm just like tanking it. I should probably go inside. I was heading inside until, you know, the storkers stopped me. What's funny is I only just cleared my cave sickness, and I'm like, with my luck, I'm about to pick up cave sickness again in a second. Actually, what the hell? It's cleared, but it isn't. It's just like stuck on me. Yeah, there it goes. The game was like, no, yeah, you're permanently sick. Screw you. Alright, so there's a healthy amount of organic resin. Here's some extra food for you. Where are you going? You're not supposed to leave. And now that I have sulfur, I can also make epoxy out of sulfur and tree sap. So I'm going to sap up a whole bunch of the wood I just picked up too. Because given the bioavailability of sulfur around me, or I guess it's not bio, but given the availability of sulfur around me, that's a pretty reasonable method, I think. Wow. We are smelting titanium, which takes a long time. We haven't even gotten to the steel bloom in the back here. Alright, so organic resin plus copper plus gold plus epoxy equal electronics. And for a fabricator, I need a whole bunch of them. Right? I need 30. I already have all the concrete that I need for the fabricator at least, but not for other stuff I'll need down the line. We'll also need carbon fiber. So that's another thing to consider. Carbon fiber is aluminum, silica, organic resin, and epoxy. And I have plenty of aluminum, so I'll just move that into my pestle. It's funny to make carbon fiber in like a mortar and pestle. It's like, what? What? How? And you're 86% done. How much carbon fiber did I need? 8? So we have 6 of 8 now. And that just makes the paste. But a little bit more silica, and I'll get the rest. I am not building anything, and I'll remind you, I am not building anything I do not need. Nothing of excess. Everything's going to have to move to the desert. Everything has weight, and I don't want to add any weight to my load. So, no second furnaces, no humidifier, nothing that I will not need in the desert. I'm going bare minimum here, as just a reminder. So, there's a lot of things I'm not even making. Like, I didn't even make a foundry, you know. I'm skipping a whole bunch of tech for speed, convenience, and weight. So, mentioning a whole bunch of nice-to-have projects, yeah, my answer to all of them will be, is it required? If no, no, I'm not making it. Because it's extra work, extra time, extra effort, extra load, extra carry, extra weight, extra everything. And I don't want to spend extra. I want to get to the desert, as stated in the goal. I don't want to be here in the tundra. Alright, it's late enough for me to go to sleep, but I still have a little bit of light left, so I don't need to just yet. All of this sulfur and... Where'd my... Oh, I haven't made the tree sap yet. There we go. So the sulfur and the tree sap will also turn to epoxy as an alternative method to get epoxy, which I think is reasonable given the speed of everything. And we are waiting... Let's go get some silica so I can make more carbon fiber. Was there silica? I think this is salt and a oxide. Sulfur. Well, I'll get the sulfur too. Yeah, I'm going frugal. Yep. There's different ways to play it, but I very clearly state in the goals that it's a bare minimum speed run to high tier tech so I can get to the desert. The reason why I'm not going to the desert right now, if you're wondering, is I would die. Just being blunt. The desert has a lot more dangerous animals and a lot fewer resources. So I wouldn't necessarily die, but like my speed of progress would stagnate severely. Because imagine all of a sudden not having access to fiber or wood. Plus in the desert, the caves are very separated out with a lot of vertical pit drops, so they're hard to traverse and dangerous to traverse. And there's even less ore because they're like the caves in the desert are not even good quality, generally speaking. So there's so many reasons why I don't even want to go to the desert yet. But once I'm ready, I will, of course. But if you're wondering why I'm waiting, it's for those reasons and more. The animals are too dangerous. The resources are too scarce. So I want to solve those issues before going there. It's also the reason why I'm not setting up any drills here either. I don't intend to live here long enough to really take advantage of, to yield the return on investment to get said drills. Because, right, unless you, like, I'll put it in the simplest math terms. Like, let's say a drill costs 200. It needs to pay for itself to be worth making. And the infrastructure for the drill also, let's say, costs 500 because it requires biocomposters and barrels and all that stuff. And, like, there's no way for the drill to pay it off itself. You know, like, let's say it'll take me half an hour to get the drill, or I can get half an hour closer to moving to the desert. But I can't do both. So, you know, that's the same reason why I'm not investing around here. Because also, I don't know if there's going to be anything even worth drilling over when I get to the desert. My desert nodes might all be, like, stupid. It might just be like, oh yeah, you have deep stone nodes. And then I have a drill and it does nothing for me. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus Elysium, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow prospectors.